It was the kind of night where everything feels quiet but not quite right. Max was snuggled under his blanket, tucked safely in his bed. Outside, the wind whispered through the trees, making the branches scratch against the windows like tiny fingers. Max shivered, but not from the cold. Something felt off. Max closed his eyes, thinking about Whiskers, his orange, fluffy cat who always slept at the foot of his bed. But tonight, Whiskers wasn't there. Instead, a soft, mysterious meow, meow floated through the darkness. Whiskers? Max whispered, sitting up and squinting into the shadows. The room was dim, lit only by the pale moonlight. That's when he saw them. Two glowing eyes staring from the corner. Max's heart thumped loudly. "What are you doing here?" he stammered. But Whiskers didn't answer. The cat padded closer, almost like floating, and the shadows on the walls began to stretch and twist, curling like dark ribbons around the furniture. Max tried to move, but his feet felt heavy. He could barely lift the blanket. Whiskers jumped onto the bed, nudging Max with a soft paw. "Don't be scared," the cat seemed to say, purring in a way that felt magical. Then, thump. Something hit the closet. Max froze. The sound came again, louder this time. Slowly, he crawled to the closet, heart racing. As he reached for the doorknob, he noticed a faint glow coming from behind the door. It wasn't the lamp. It wasn't the moon. It was something else, something strange. Whiskers meowed, hopping onto Max's shoulder, urging him forward. "Okay, let's see what this is," Max whispered. He opened the closet door and gasped. A tiny door had appeared, glowing softly, shimmering with colors that seemed impossible. Blue, purple, and silver, swirled like liquid light. Max took a deep breath. "An adventure," he murmured. Whiskers meowed excitedly, rubbing against him. With a leap of courage, Max stepped through the door, and instantly the world changed. He landed on soft, mossy ground, under a sky filled with twinkling stars and glowing mushrooms. Shadows danced like tiny creatures, but they weren't scary. They were playful. Whiskers darted ahead, chasing a shadow that looked like a tiny dragon. Max laughed. "This is amazing," he whispered, but the adventure wasn't over. Far ahead, he could see a sparkling river, shimmering with light. Strange fish jumped out, making musical notes that floated in the air. Whiskers paused, tail flicking. He meowed as if saying, "Follow me." They tiptoed across a bridge made of vines. The shadows whispered secrets. "Welcome, welcome." Max felt a shimmer, but not of fear, of excitement. Every step seemed like magic. Suddenly, a soft, glowing figure appeared. A small, cat-shaped creature, just like Whiskers, but glowing. "You found the door," it said in a gentle voice. "Not everyone can see this world. Only those brave enough to follow their cat." Max's eyes widened. "Really?" The glowing cat nodded. "Yes. And tonight, you and Whiskers can explore as much as you like. But remember, this is a place where imagination comes alive. Be brave, be kind, and follow the lights." Max grinned. Whiskers meowed proudly, brushing against him. Together, they ran through the glowing forest, chased shimmering butterflies, and even slid down a hill made of stars. Max laughed so hard his stomach hurt. Finally, Max noticed the tiny door glowing in the distance again. "Time to go back," he whispered. Whiskers nuzzled him. As they stepped back through the door, everything changed. The shadows, the glowing mushrooms, the musical river, all gone. Max was back in his room, the wind still whispering outside. But Whiskers was there, purring at his feet. Max smiled, hugging the cat tightly. "Thanks for taking me on an adventure," he said. And from that night on, Max never feared the dark, because he knew, with Whiskers by his side, the nighttime was full of magic, mysteries, and adventures waiting to happen.